What's up guys, and welcome to another YuGiOh Duelings video. So as you saw, the Wave Duel Scramble has finally ended, and Paradox is now leaping back into the Duel Monsters world, aka the version of the world where Yugi and the other original Duel Monster series come from. And most probably the next upcoming event when Paradox does appear, he will be a in the DM world, exclusive legendary duelist to be unlocked in the next upcoming month. Anyways, so now we're greeted with a new event, and it's called the Raging Sibling Squabble. Rio appears. So this is not the first time that we meet Rio in YuGiOh Duel Links, but most probably in this time, she is a legendary duelist that can be unlocked within this time period as well. So let's check out the event page real quick to see what this event's all about. And as per usual, for the conditions of a legendary duelist, they'll appear randomly in the duel world that they are originally from. And there are also requirements for you to do so in order to complete each episode to proceed further on along the upcoming dates where the next episode will be released. With that being said, let's scroll down and see what other information is available. So the event keys this time is onions. I do not know why. Previous event keys were much cooler, but now it's onions. And okay, I guess that's fine. It's a cute icon and all. But let's check out what everyone is looking forward to, the recommended rewards. So she's available after the 31st of July at 1 PM by completing episode 3, and she has a skill Wings of Absolute Zero that adds Ice Beast Seraphine to your extra deck, as well as Twins Together that works well with decks that use water fish type monsters. And by using this skill, you'll have access to Ice Beast Seraphine added to your extra deck. It's a rank 4 Wing Beast type monster. 2 level 4 Wing Beast monsters once per turn detach a material from the card. Negate effects as many face-up cards your opponent controls. And if you do, this card gains 300 for each attack face-up currently on the field. Except this card. These changes last until your next standby phase. So this means if your opponent has a full board, essentially this gains a lot of attack points, not to mention they have their effects negated, continuous traps, continuous spells, pendulum skills, monster effects, all gone thanks to this particular monster. And as per usual, legendary duelists being available for an event to be unlocked means that there's an upcoming mini box or main box that's also coming along after a few days later on. And as per usual, you obtain the event exclusive sleeves. Wow, I didn't know Seraphine had eyes, to be honest. Okay, that's something new. As well as the playmat, and finally the exclusive cards such as Full Armored Crystal Zero Lancer. It's a rank 6 water. It's a rank 6 and requires 3 level 6 water monster, but you can also Xyz summon this monster using a rank 5 water Xyz monster you control as Xyz material. This card gains 500 attack points for each Xyz materials. If this face-up card will be destroyed, detach a material instead. And once per turn, detach a material from this card. All face-up monsters your opponent control have their effects negated until the end of this turn. So if you were to use this in combo with Ice Beast Seraphine, essentially Crystal Zero Drag Lancer is basically negates, aside from Seraphine negating everything on the field, this basically gives you that extra edge if your Seraphine has no more materials. Use this monster instead to essentially negate all their monster effects. But comparison wise, Seraphine is much better. Aside from the attack gain, it basically negates everything that's face up. Whereas for Full Armor Crystal Zero, it negates monsters instead and has battle protection as well. And I would heavily recommend you to obtain this monster if you are able to. Next up, we have Wonder Xyz. It's a trap card. Immediately after this effect resolve, Xyz summon an Xyz monster using monsters you currently control as materials. Okay, so this is basically the same. The trap is basically the same style as Urgent Tuning, but instead of synchro summoning, this is for Xyz summoning instead. So if you were to play with, for example, like the deck I uploaded yesterday, War Rock monsters, using the level 4 monsters and instantly Xyzing into a monster for an OTK in the second turn or more. So that's one way you can go about it, or you can also use this for other forms of protection just in case your opponent was to decrease all your monster attack points. Activate this card, exceeds into something in defense position or attack position, quite up to you, and see what is what, then proceed from there on after. So this is a pretty good card if you are you are an Xyz duelist who uses Xyz more than Synchros or Fusion whatsoever. This is a great card for you to pick up. Next up, previous event cards like Penguin Soldier, Saranorka, Blizzard Falcon, and also Follow Wind are available in this event. So let's check out the episodes for this current event and see what it's about. Collect onions, defeat Rio Kastle level 10, okay. Second episode, collect event points, complete episode 1, and finally episode 3 will only be available on the 31st of July. So without further ado, let us beat up this little girl with another little girl. Let's go to Anna Kaboom, cause we can literally go into a lot of cards with this monster, with her deck. Let's see Rio Kastle. Let's see what you do. Blah blah blah. Okay. Okay. Alright, so it is available when you duel against this character. This is pretty decent. Also, as I mentioned before, in every other video that mentioned dueling against a legendary duelist with exclusive items to be unlocked, please use your event boosters like the result boosters if you want that extra amount of points to collect at the end goal result to see whatever cards you can obtain. As if you are going up against these duelists at a higher level and you are unsure whether you are able to defeat them or not, extra life as well as extra card is recommended for you to try as that form of insurance. But overall, since we're at level 10, we'll be using result boosters instead. And now let's get on with the duel. Come on. Let's see what you got. Although it's a level 10, she basically doesn't have anything, but regardless, let's just see how it goes. But most of the time, if my deck is correct, yes, okay. Two of these babies, and most probably the next upcoming turn, I can OTK her just like that. Alright, perfect. Let's normal summon Ruffian Real card, special summon. Set this card face down and attack. And we end our turn. We do not want to attack with Express Bullet Train because this requires you to send cards from your field to the graveyard, so I do not recommend attacking with this monster. Instead, use it as Xyz summon materials like what I'm gonna do right now. Let's special summon another Bullet Train onto the field and go into Gustav Max. Now we've gone into Gustav Max. Let's normal summon our Trolley Ollie and go into Lionheart Locomotive. With this monster on the field, I can guarantee you this is going to be a very fast OTK overall. And now let's go into Juggernaut. Juggernaut Leap. Okay, that's a very long ass name, but I do not mind. Juggernaut Leap. Let's activate Juggernaut Leap's effect of getting a bonus 2000 attack points, as well as Lionhearted Locomotive, detaching a material, and giving Juggernaut Leap that effect of being able to attack directly this turn. So 6000 on the spot, and it's considered a quick victory with 0 damage.
I need to get stronger.
Gustav Max ran over your mini monsters.
So that's basically how you can actually get more than 5000 attack point bonus, just as you can see just now. See, quick victory, no damage, over 5000 points of damage, special summon, Xyz summon, plus result booster and campaign bonus of 1000. And we basically did not get any event exclusive cards. but it is still a good progress nonetheless. So if you keep this up, most probably you'll obtain a prismatic or the SR one the XCs later on. But overall, this is one way you can go about this duel. Oh, she's back. How many times we gotta teach you this, little girl? Anyways, I think we'll do her later on, but right now you should be able to know how the concept of how this entire event runs, as well as what kind of deck she's gonna go for. So she's gonna be using a water deck, as you saw just now, and if you have watched the previous videos where she did appear, she uses basically Blizzard Falcon as well as another water type monster to go into Seraphine, and basically negates everything on the field. So that's one way I can let you guys know this deck can be easily countered. Just be careful on certain other combos she might have in this new event. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and find this video very informative. But before I forget, let's check out the Legacy Duels real quick. So Legacy Duels is a new feature that has been added to YuGiOh Duel Links, where you can also go into PvP using very old event decks. So as you can see, there are decks such as ranging from Yami Yugi all the way to Bonds, and basically you can choose any decks that you want to try out for yourself. And I do recommend you have a go at this, since it's essentially a PvP kind of duel, but in a way it lets you try out the old cards that you didn't manage to try out before. So as I said, have fun, and I will let you guys know these two events going on simultaneously. It's gonna be a fun one, but I do recommend you trying out the Legacy Duels from time to time. Since this is the beta version, most of they'll include more in the upcoming future. But at the same time, with Rio Kastle being the main highlight of this entire event, I do recommend you try to get Zero Lancer, as well as seeing what you can unlock in the upcoming future. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time or on the 31st of July when Rio Kastle is available to be unlocked. But until then, stay safe, keep dueling, and also wash your hands. Goodbye and good night.